E. Oh, we need to look at the camera, I think.
To start with?
Yeah. Welcome to Platform F. Welcome to Platform F. I'm with Pang, also known as Sazi. Hello. Thank you for being here. And this is the very first time we are recording this.
No pressure.
The whole idea that I shared with you is to talk about community and how we found our people in Melbourne and in Australia. I think we have some similar journeys as we've discussed before. For everyone to know, how long have you been in Melbourne and what's your journey in Australia so far?
I came to Australia 2008. That's just after 2 years in Italy and 1 year in Beijing. And so adjusting to the Australian lifestyle is not something abnormal to me. I living in Italy, obviously helps to blend into the European style of living. Australia was a very different place back then. There's not too much social media in 2008. Grindr was just getting started.
Yeah.
There's no scruff, so the meeting people is somewhat challenging. So I consider myself very lucky because I also had my partner Bruce supporting me the whole way, and through him I met several other guys, and then social circles just building by nature.
Yeah.
But it's always a self-discovering journey all through the years. When I first came to Australia, I was very innocent, I would say. And the gay world is something completely different to me.
Yeah.
And you mostly hang out in the south side,
Yeah.
where Exchange Hotel was there and Commercial Hotel was there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more gay parties. They all happen literally just either in the city or in the south part of the city, and very very little in the north, which is completely opposite now, where north gets all the attention and all the parties.
Yeah.
But yes, I think for us homosexuals, it's probably slightly easier to blend into the local community rather than straight people.
Yeah.
I know so many stories of the students, overseas students. They found living in Australia, it's lonely. But I think for gays, it's probably just by nature that we find our way, by the nature way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when it comes to the kink journey, it really started probably after COVID.
Yeah, so you weren't really into the fetish or kink scene before COVID?
I had a few pieces of leather here and there, but it's not enough to, let's say, run in a competition.
Yeah.
Back then, and the first time I went to Laird for spit and polish was very nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Was it after COVID?
No. I went to spit polish before COVID as well, but that's when they had the dress code.
Yeah.
And also there's a doorman who will actually assess your wearing. If you're wearing designer's jeans, if you're wearing something flashy and something nice, they literally say no to you. And I was a fashion bitch to start with.
Yeah.
I did a high fashion PR for about a year when I was in Beijing. So all my dress style was a bit over the top and all designers pieces.
Yeah.
And I never really felt comfortable staying at the Laird back then. And after COVID, it's all changed.
Yeah.
They removed the door code. Like anyone who's curious can get in. You can walk in just with a t-shirt or singlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything. And I thought that's the best thing happened.
Yeah.
Because you suddenly you don't have that high entry level.
Yeah. Or pressure of having too many pieces of like very good leather.
Yeah. You don't have the judgment on the floor, like, oh, you're wearing all that.
Yeah.
Here, what you shouldn't be here. So all of those were gone. So I think my actual leather fetish was explored after COVID, when everything was a lot more relaxed.
Yeah.
So you actually get to know the people, and then you can decide if you want to chase down go down the path of leather.
Yeah.
To a
was it different when you first moved here and tried to find people and try to find friends, and then you started this Fetish and Kink journey, and you might be exploring new things. Was it a different journey to meet new people who are interested in things that you are interested in?
It's a funny journey just for me because we used to run the warehouse party when we were living in Brunswick. So that's a massive warehouse party where we have the fetish theme. We have like party slaves, and it's a house party, but it went as big as 120 people at one of our biggest parties. So I met lots of people just through running those house parties. And of course, I met Leatherman, and plays a big influence here. So I think I'm quite lucky in that way. I know a lot of people just by doing things. They are doing things they are on my own term, rather than throw into a brand new community where you have to make lots of effort to meet people, to blend in, and to fit in.
Yeah, and you might have meet people through these parties and events who are brand new to Melbourne or to the scene.
Oh yeah,
or maybe they didn't have the same access to community as you had at that time. Did you meet people like that? Or?
Yeah. Lots of people like that.
Yeah.
There are people come to our party and tell us that this is the first time they've ever been to a party like this.
Yeah.
Our party is has a policy of social only before midnight. After midnight, anything goes.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit of blend between social and play.
Yeah.
So that's actually what appeal to lots of those guys who's fresh into the community. You're not throwing into a play party, or you're not throwing into a social party where things do not develop.
Yeah, I personally think that sometimes the pressure is a lot when there's a lot of new people and there's a lot of expectations. Like as a new person to a party or a new place, I would feel a lot of pressure. Like I want to meet new people, but also there's a lot of people with different expectations. So you don't want to make a bad impression, but also if you're not comfortable, you don't want to do anything.
Yeah. I think that's why the house party is a good start.
Yeah,
because it's a lot more relaxed. It's not like you
control smaller environment as well.
Yeah, in a small environment, and I roam around. You've been to our party. I goes around. I introduce people. In that way, you not really feel like you're isolated. It's not like you go to a dance party here or just a normal leather party or fetish party. Here you in a completely different environment. If you don't know anyone, it can be quite difficult to fit in.
I've met you for the first time at Laird, but this is after COVID. I wasn't here before COVID, and before we actually became friends. We talked to me, or we slowly became friends. But I think it's the case with a lot of us. Like we would meet people socially, and then we would end up being friends because you came to Melbourne from somewhere else, and you were new to this scene at some point, and met a lot of other people. Now, when you, as an experienced person, years of being in the community here, when you meet new people, do you look out for them more, or do you do anything special to make them feel welcome?
When I meet new people at the Laird, a little bit of assessment and care is always always good to start with. And also I always keep in mind not everyone's extrovert, and lots of people come across as rude. But they're actually just shy. Or they're not so sure what they can talk about. So for most of the people I met, don't judge them on the first instance. Just relax.
Give them their own time.
Let them feel comfortable rather than me keep talking. Or trying to get something out of them. It's just let them be themselves, and when they are ready, they will come out. It's important that you provide a safe place. And I always tell the guys fresh to Laird, or someone who's not sure if they want to come to the Spit and Polish night. I just tell them I'm there, and if you see me there, just come and say hi. I will have a conversation, and they and just take me as your safe place. If you're being singled out in the venue, just come and talk to me.
I think it's very important to give that space for that person to go through those steps or their journey in their own way. Sometimes we try to not purposely, but we expect other people to behave the same way as we are. It doesn't happen that way. It took me so many years to get to a point where I'm 100% comfortable to go out and socialize.
Good to know.
But yeah,
Join the
yeah,
competition.
I really appreciate that. Everyone I think has to understand that just because someone's shy or quiet the first few times doesn't mean that they are not important, or
Oh,
that
absolutely.
you should
Yeah.
look out for them more or look after them more so they can come to a very confident stage by themselves.
They may become your best friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I met people like that, or when for the first time I went to Laird or any other place, I didn't know people, and then slowly I got warmed up and got to know people. You want to talk about Shibari as well? Because
Shibari? That's a great way of meeting people.
yeah, like I'm curious to know how did you get into it, but also through that you are meeting a lot of people, and I've seen you are doing these demonstrations with different people and all sort of people as well. How did all that come to? Yeah.
I had similar question before, like how you get into Shibari, how I actually know that Shibari is my thing, and my answer was always like I knew it since I was little as 7. When you play the game of capture the bad guys or the spies, yeah, when you play as a kid,
yeah.
Oh, tie me up to a tree. So I know I like ropes. I like the feeling of restraint, being restrained or restraining other people since very young age. But I didn't really get to explore that until probably 2010-ish. Yeah, I went to several of a workshop here held in Melbourne, and very different crowd back then. It's a gay men's workshop, and it's Western rigging style, so there's not too. It's not focused on sequence and the flows, and it's just tie you up, restrain you to different positions.
Yeah.
So that's when I first get in to a bondage and in a Western rigging style, and then I knew because grow up in Asia, in China, you get exposed a lot to the Japanese bondage art.
Yeah.
So I know Shibari is there, and there one guy here in Melbourne who runs something called Shibari Dojo, and I starting to learn from him, and and that's what put the system into my interest. So it just evolves, and the most important thing is you keep practice.
Yeah.
And also expose yourself.
Yeah.
I have my profile on Scruff back then. Basically tells people what I do. If you want to get tied up, just hit me up.
Yeah.
It's only about 3 years ago when I starting to do suspension. I went to several workshops and did lots of studies and research myself. And one day, the lad, Brett, basically told me that like, oh, we need a in-house rigger, and I want you. Yay! But that's probably the starting point for the entire suspension demos.
Yeah.
Like I've never done demo before, so my first session was very simple suspension, and it's nerve breaking as well. With so many people watching, and I was like, "Oh, don't fuck this up! Don't drop the models," and then everything was just fine.
Yeah.
After the first session, so because I do the suspension regularly at the lead. I get people approach me. I never say no to anyone. I just do brief check, like your feet, and if you have any hidden conditions in your body. I do those checks, but I basically work with everyone, any type of body shape, and through that, I get to expose the Shibari to many different people. Like some guys, they slightly overweight, or they big bears. They're not sure if they can be suspended, and we'll just have a chat. We run a practice session, very important, where I run all the safety stuff. We run a very small practice session, and I'll design something that will work with your body, both the suspension safe and also the statically appealing. So that's I think that helps a lot when to build up my reputation at the lab. Like I'm the safe option. To explore the kink. But I think that's that goes back to the original intent. How I blend into the community. Basically, I offer a safe space for you to either come to social or for you to explore something you would like to explore in terms of kink and fetish. Like, when you come to me, I'll be very responsible. I'll take care of you, and it's a professional work.
Yeah. I've experienced that, so I can vouch for that.
Oh, good.
Do you see that a lot of people who are new to these things are reaching out to you to try these out, or
They will either come to me at the Laird, or message me on Instagram, and I'll give them a date.
Awesome. All right, let's take a break.
Do a little bit of
Take two.
Yay!
I think he broke the.
We spoke about your journey. How did you come to Australia and finding people, and how did you help others to, get into fetish and kink scene? When we talk about community, fetish and kink community, in general, community for you, what 3 words comes to your mind?
I probably don't have 3 words. I'll try my best, but I think the 2 words is safe space. For me, that's really important because you look for community, you look for comfort, you look for a sense of belonging, and you look for a sense of being accepted. So to me, all those things linked back to a safe space.
Yeah.
To me, it's really important. If you're running a community, what you're actually offering is a safe space for people to feel comfortable to explore.
Yeah, we all deserve to be safe, feel safe.
Feel safe, yeah.
And we can be only ourselves when we feel safe. So,
yeah. I'll make it 3 words. Safe, comfortable space.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And let's do this again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That was
So now.
so good.